I've seen it a lot. People say if you wouldn't date a trans girl, you're transphobic, you're anti-trans. It's not the case. We all have types, we all have preferences. Even Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. My name is Alexis Blake and I am a trans woman and I share my life stories and opinions on social media. So welcome to the video. I've lost my trail of thought now. We are going to be looking at / talking about trans women and dating. So before I jump into it, if you have seen any of my videos, you might know that I am in a relationship. Liam, my partner, he's on my channels a lot and we're very good. We're all good. We're getting married next year. Nothing bad's happened. But I do want to talk about it because it's a weird one because I feel kind of like I don't know a lot about dating as a trans woman. I just have my opinions on it, but I've actually never done it because I met Liam before my transition and obviously we're still together now, so I've never had to experience the dating world. So I thought we would look at it together. We'll look at some of the content creators, some of the trans women talking about their experiences, how they handle it. Do I agree with them? Do I not agree with how they're handling it? I don't know. We're going to find out. And so it was a nice little video. But yes, me and Liam are very much still together. We have not broken up. I just didn't know because if like the title of the video is something like dating as a trans woman, I don't want people to be like, whoa, wait, what? So just to clarify. Content creator Brandy, I have seen her before. I enjoy her content. She's quite brutal and honest, but she's also quite funny. Let's dig into the video.
To me, like, it is my responsibility when I am dating as a trans woman to divulge my trans identity. For me, before I go on a date, just because safety reasons, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste someone else's time. So expecting someone to kind of Google you and kind of do their research about you to find out you're trans instead of you telling them specifically is strange. Like, you're putting that back on them. So it's like if you go on the date and they don't know and they are unhappy about it, you kind of spin it around on them and say, well, you should have Googled me. You could Google me and whatever comes up will be mostly trans things. But I don't put that responsibility on someone else. Like, if I'm going on a date, like, I am solely responsible for telling them my trans identity before going on the date so they are aware and that I'm not wasting my time and I'm not in like an unsafe, uncomfortable position.
Brandy was reacting to another content creator saying that they just expect the person to Google them or normally have people Google them to figure out the trans. I think most of my opinion is in line with hers here. So obviously, like, I can't speak from experience, but I think, and I'm just going to say it, if someone doesn't want to date a trans person, that does not make them transphobic. That's just my opinion. I've seen it a lot. People say if you wouldn't date a trans girl, you're transphobic, you're anti-trans. It's not the case. We all have types, we all have preferences, even just in what we like in, say if you're a straight woman and you like men, what you like in a man is going to be different to what someone else likes in a man, what we find attractive. I just wanted to get that out of the gate first because that's my initial opinion, like right out there. I think also that comes into wasting time, what Brandy was saying. If you don't tell someone you're trans and then you begin dating them and then you go on 3, 4, 5, 6 dates and then you come out to them and tell them you're trans, they might not be interested in that and then you've wasted both of your time. And also the safety thing. If you don't tell someone you're trans, you're then in a situation where it's just you and them, and then they figure out that you're trans. That could be very unsafe. So it's putting yourself at risk, which is never good. There is also the flip side of the argument, which we'll watch some videos about what happens when you tell them straight away and how it can limit dating opportunities as trans women, I think. But we'll watch more in that in a minute. But I kind of think, for me personally, I would say it straight out of the gate. Don't waste any time. Don't put yourself in an unsafe situation. And if that person is the kind of person that doesn't mind that you're trans, then great. Let's watch another video. Sorry, the cat keeps moving around my feet. That's why my eyes are like this. I'm like, what is he doing? Okay, so the next clip is from the dating show First Dates on Channel 4 UK show. I have seen the show before, but I've never seen this clip, so let's dive in.
So I'm 22.
Okay.
Is that a bit young for you?
Do you know what? It all just depends on the person. I'm so open-minded.
Yeah, is age not really a thing for you?
No, it can be like any age, man, woman, as long as I have that connection.
I think it takes a lot of courage to, you know, just come out with what you like. So can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
So I'm actually transgender.
Okay.
So I'm a trans woman.
Interesting. Love that.
You know, I've had like no surgery or anything.
No way.
Nothing, no.
Got a mate that's trans, and
Yeah.
although he has had hormones and stuff, can kind of tell, you know what I mean? Whereas you're like
That's
a girl
actually-
girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though some guys say that they're okay with me being trans, it worries me sometimes, you know?
The thing is, I've dated guys.
Right.
If I'm honest, it's just sex.
Right.
That's all I feel guys see me for. It's just an object. And I don't want to be seen that way. I'm
Yeah.
not a fetish, I'm a human being.
I've had one guy who I had sex with and he said he didn't enjoy it like straight after. It just really hurt me. It broke my heart. It was really sad because it's not my fault I'm like this. I've just learned to accept it and love it. But to find someone as well to accept you, it can be hard to find that in a guy.
Obviously, they have to be okay with what I have in between my legs.
Yeah.
Completely. But at the same time, it's like, what is this person's intentions with me?
Would you like to go on another date?
Should I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. I'd like to go on a second date. I think it went really well.
I feel exactly the same.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, they both wanted to go on a second date. Okay. So first of all, she is stunning, like stunning, and she's had no surgeries, like naturally beautiful, like wow. I love that. I think this situation's more unique because I think he's bisexual or pansexual, so he is interested in men or women. That doesn't necessarily mean he would be interested in trans people though, because that is different, obviously. But yeah, I think it's a very sweet story. It did break my heart a little bit when she said about the fetish thing. And I have seen this like sort of, I've watched quite a lot of videos about trans women and dating just because I'm interested in it and just to see how they navigate it. And a lot of the times it has come up with this whole men fetishizing, fetishize. I don't know what the word is. Men wanting it just for that one reason, and that's like their sort of fantasy, but then they don't want to date a trans woman. They don't want to be seen with a trans woman. It's just a very unusual thing. Not unusual, that's the wrong word. I think it must be hard as a trans woman to be that. Like she was saying, she's like objectified and she's just seen as like an object for that reason and not as a person, which is really heartbreaking. So I can't imagine that. Well, I can actually kind of imagine that. And obviously I haven't dated, but having social media, I am very open about my transness on here. I sometimes get messages, emails and DMs from people. I'm not going to go into it too much, but some of the messages I get do shock me a little bit, just with what people can say and how direct men can be in them. But yeah, normally I just get rid. Anyway, beautiful story. I wonder if they're still together. I don't know. You just never know. With these kind of shows, do they ever get together properly? I think I've seen one couple get married once off there, but anyway. Another video. I have a funny one, a quick little funny one, because I saw this and it actually made me cry laughing. So let's watch it.
Who are you playing with, sweetie?
Amanda.
Oh, who are you?
I'm Amanda.
I need to watch it again. Let's watch it one more time.
Who are you playing with, sweetie?
Amanda.
Oh, who are you?
I'm Amanda.
I can't say if that's true or accurate, but I think that's so funny. But that must be frustrating, like, not frustrating, well, yeah, frustrating. It must be hard as a trans woman if you're, like, talking to someone and say, like, you have it on your, like, profile that you're trans and they just miss it. You're talking, then you just, reinforce that you are trans and then they just lose all interest. It must be discouraging. In the other video on the first date, she said, it's not my fault I'm like this. That, like, oh... that hit something in here with me. So to lose someone who you might be interested in, although I agree that if they're not interested in you for that reason, that's their own decision, that's their attraction. We can't judge them or call them transphobic for that, but it must be hard. It must be like a little bit heartbreaking to have that, and I think it happens quite a lot. I think for a lot of trans girls, from what I've seen online, it comes with a lot of rejection. Even like the trans girls who might have had all the surgeries, they've had everything you need to do to transition, and I say that in air quotes because transition is different for everyone, and they might be very passable, but even then, a lot of the time it comes with a lot of rejection, which must be really hard. I'm very lucky to have Liam. Please don't ever leave me. I would not want to navigate the world of dating. I couldn't. Can you imagine? Horrifying. It would be literally a horror movie. Well, I just wouldn't do it. I'd just be me and my cat forever. Why are you looking at my toes like they're prey? Do not eat my toes. Don't look away. You know I'm talking to you. One more and then we're done.
I get asked all the time if I tell guys that I'm trans. I'm gonna give you all of the tea and tell you exactly what I do so you can get your man, girl. So I'm a post-op trans woman, meaning I have a vagina. So for me, this is what I do. It's a bit different, I feel, if you haven't haven't had the surgery. I like to have a first date where they don't know I'm trans, whether I've met them on an app or out or wherever. So then I get to introduce myself as me. And like, if the guy's never met a trans person before, then like they're going into it just with a woman, which is who I am. And that's how I want them to see me at first, not as a trans woman, if that makes sense. Then if he's cute, the conversation's flowing, it's going really well, and I want to see him again, I will wait until he says that he wants to see me again. That's when I'll pick up the phone and call him. Yes, I said call, and it's absolutely terrifying. And I will tell him that I'm trans over the phone. And I think saying it over the phone, although I'm literally shaking and I'm terrified, it just goes to show them that like, I'm not scared of who I am. This is me, take it or leave it. I found that guys are generally nice if you're reasonable with them, and I find that this is a pretty reasonable thing to do. And yeah, I've never had a bad experience. Be safe out there, girlies.
I'm kind of going to disagree, but it's just my opinion, so don't come for me. And like I said, I have no experience in the dating world, but at the end of the day, you're going on a date with someone, you're not divulging that you're trans, which is a big part of who we are. And I know she said she's a woman, and I get that's how we feel in here and in here. Like, medically, we are trans women, and to some men that is important. It's an important factor whether they would want to date you or not. I kind of disagree with waiting until the end of the date and then after the first date ringing them and telling them. But this, again, like, let me know if you disagree with me and let me know below. But I just think, what if they have never got any interest in dating a trans woman and you've just wasted both your time? You just don't want to put yourself in an unsafe situation, or if you go on a date with the wrong person who is very anti-trans, then you tell them, and then even if you're not with them when you tell them, like, you just don't know what people are capable of. If I were in that situation, I would just do it straight out the gate. That's what I'm trying to say, basically, in the long-winded way. I think for me, it would just be straight out the gate. Yeah, I think that's how I would do it, but I can't say because I wouldn't know. Because Liam definitely knows, because he met me as a man. Anyway, if you would like to have a conversation in the comments below about your opinions on how you would do this if you are trans, or just to have a nice conversation. Obviously, try not to be too mean or anything. But thank you so much for watching. If you are still here, please do like and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you enjoy my videos and want to come back and see more, I guess. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Bye. I'm wearing sweatpants again, so I'm gonna slide out.